So I just got out of the newest Mortal Kombat movie, 2026's Mortal Kombat 2, a sequel that promises to be bigger, badder, and bolder. And in my opinion, I think they succeeded.
We're the best, we're the beautiful, we're the only Ghostbusters.
What's the truth, damn it?
I'm afraid! For the first time in my life, I'm afraid.
Do or do not. There is no try.
Personally, I loved the first movie. I thought it was great. It did have some flaws, but damn, I'd be lying if I said I didn't enjoy every minute of it. Yes, I know they don't have a tournament in the Mortal Kombat movie. The Arcana was kind of dumb and didn't make a whole lot of sense. And also, I know that not everybody loves Cole Young. Even though I thought he was a good character, I quite liked his character. I know that a lot of people just want a well-established character like Liu Kang or Johnny Cage, but I thought it was kind of a cool idea to not have somebody in the games but a made-up character in the movie who learns what everything is and overcomes that to save his family. And also, the action, the gore, the worlds, the designs of the characters, and Kano are absolutely great and the highlight of the movie. The first positive is the action, and more action. When this movie starts, it does not stop going. The fights in this are way better and more impressive, better choreographed. They're longer and better than the first. Every character in this movie gets their own fight, except for Quan Chi. Besides that, the fights are not the only thing that is improved upon with this sequel, because the worlds are great too. It is so cool seeing different worlds from stages of the games. Now, personally, I'm not the biggest fan of MK, but I can still appreciate good work. I'm not really like a mega fan of the games, or the comics, or anything. I've played the first game, the third game, and MK11, and I've seen both 90s movies. I love the first one, and it's super fun, and super 90s, and of course the other one is very notoriously bad. And I love the 2021 movie. Anyway, I kind of strayed off topic, but yeah, the locational fights are great. I love the main villain too. Shao Kahn is not only a better villain than Shang Tsung, but he actually feels like a threat in the movie. And I think he is perfectly cast. He is one of my favorite characters in the movie. He fights every single character in the movie, and you actually feel a presence when he's on screen. And also, he has some of the best fights in the movie, and he's also just a very, very brutal character. Oh yeah, that's another thing. This movie is way more brutal than the first. There are characters getting killed in such violent and brutal ways, you're thinking, how can I still look at this character knowing what their fate will be? Also, speaking of the characters, Johnny Cage wasn't the main character like I was hoping for, but he is one of them. Johnny Cage and Katana are the two new great characters in this movie. They both really shine and have some of the coolest fight scenes in the movie. Maybe not to Shao Kahn's level, but still. I think Johnny Cage, Shao Kahn, and Kano are my favorite characters walking out of this movie. Kano and Johnny Cage have some of the funniest banter in the movie with each other, and they're also just amazing characters too. I wasn't crazy about another character in Hollywood being washed up only to be brought into a war, but I think they low-key pulled it off. And of course, it's Kano who steals every scene he's in. And of course, Shao Kahn is my favorite character probably in this movie. As I said, I think Shao Kahn was very brutal in this movie, fighting everyone in the movie. Also, speaking of fighting, I forgot to mention it earlier, but here are my top 3 favorite fight scenes, in my opinion, in this movie. Shao Kahn versus Liu Kang versus Kung Lao, and Shao Kahn versus Cole Young, which might be my favorite fight in the movie. The humor was also great too. I liked it way more than the first. It's definitely improved upon. Now, something I was kind of a little bit mixed on was I like seeing Sub-Zero and Scorpion come back, but at the same time, why do they come back? It's kind of like they just shove them in there because, hey, they're the most popular characters in the games. But that's just my opinion. Now, what I didn't like about this movie was that they did the exact same thing that the last one did, where Johnny Cage leaves Mortal Kombat because it's a little too much for him. That's kind of old. But it does make a little bit more sense for the story, so I'll allow it. And it's also kind of funny when he's drinking and then he's transported to fight Katana. I thought it was kind of a funny scene. But there is one thing I thought was kind of dumb, or maybe didn't make a whole lot of sense. And without going to spoilers, because this is a spoiler-free review, Liu Kang just kind of disappears. So he's fighting Shao Kahn, and he's like, actually, I'm not going to fight you anymore. So then he turns into a dragon and flies away. That's legit what happens. But at the same time, in closing, this is not a movie you go into for the plot. You go in for the action, the fight scenes, the gore, and the fatalities. And I think they did a flawless victory.
He said it!
Any way you look at it, I think this movie drastically improves upon the first one in almost every single way. It is like the writers and directors saw what people didn't like about the first movie and they said, hey, what can we do to improve it? And they listened to everybody, because I think this movie is 10 times better than the first movie in almost every single way. So with that, I would 100% tell you guys to watch 2026's Mortal Kombat 2. Anyway, that's all of our time for today. I hope you enjoyed this review and actually got something out of it, because this movie is very fun, and hopefully the next movie does not take another 5 years to come out. Anyway, that is all of our time for now. Till next time, peace.
Just do it! Make your dreams